Good evening, and welcome to Monos featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. All right, I've got a headache this big, and it's written all over my head. I had to come home, do a studio change, get into my strap up, into my Mo Justice gear, to just touch base on some stuff that's bothering me. No, some stuff that's stirring around in my comments. Yeah, I'm gonna start there. I hate to be up here with gum in my mouth. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. These are my notes from today. They're green, so they're really gonna mess up with the green screen. But these are my notes from today. I'm not gonna have I'm not going to tolerate a whole bunch of interruptions because I'm really not in the mood. So, tread lightly. For beginners, I can't begin to speak on things that I don't know. I can only speak on things that I know about, or I only feel comfortable speaking on things that I have firsthand knowledge of. I tend to not speak on things. I tend to not speak on things in. I tend to not speak on things that I don't have all the hashtag background. However, I'm often mentioned in shit. And then people wonder why I say shit. And then people be like, well, I don't know why this person coming for me. Why they beefing with me? What the. You mentioned me. If you don't want nobody to beef with you, get head on her. Don't fucking talk about them. That's the simplest way to prevent a person from speaking on you, is don't speak on them. The problem is here in this atmosphere, this adult fashion. People are always like, you started it. I started it. They started it. I was responding. I was reacting. I was this. I was that. You a damn lie. That's what this comes down to. Just being a bunch of folk who are just messy. That's just it. You can't rewrite this stuff. You can't make this stuff up. You can't toss it, flip it down, or be like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. Y'all understand exactly. I'm glad. Don't do that. What's up? Y'all understand exactly what's going on around here because you have written the scripts for it. You've set the tone and the stage for it. And then when people have a misunderstanding or they have a breakup, the plot or the script writers reveal themselves and they say little key things like, you was fucking with people over there. Let me make sure I get the language right. Because, over here, Mo don't play other people's videos. But tonight, I might just do that. Because I got time. When he was fucking with people, that's at 19 minutes and 59 seconds into Joy's video from earlier today. And the he that Joy was referencing, shout out to that ex-cousin of mine over there. When he was fucking with people, who was the person he was fucking with at 19 minutes and 59 seconds? Oh, I guess people want an intro. Let me give y'all an intro, because maybe people need some background as to why I'm here today. I'm here today because there is civil war that broke out in the cemetery past couple of weeks. Okay? First of all, people ain't had nothing to do with the time. So some folks, busybodies, was like, hey, this is what's going on over here. This is what's going on over there. And people comment on people's life. Now, this is the craziest thing that I ever heard of was today. And I'm dropping your full YouTube governments over here. There was some dude, I don't know the new name, forgive me, but the man's channel previously, I don't know what I dubbed it, but I know what I'm calling it today. It's the unofficial hood therapist. Y'all remember him? I'm gonna refresh our memory. He's on my thumbnail. When he stole my content, y'all remember this? He stole my content to make a video to tell me I was wrong about group think. And today, or last night, or within the last 24 hours, he severed his relationship in the group think-a-thon. So was I wrong? Who knows? He knew, because he made a whole video, stole my video, said he was using it for fair use, wanting to talk about groupthink. Now, I have had this argument with Glib intimately about I have had this argument with Glib intimately about this theft of my content by him, right? At the time he made the video, he did not seek my permission to use my content. I didn't even know who the dude was. He's speaking on something. I couldn't even bring myself at the time to look at what he stole, because I was just like, how could you rape me? And that's how I felt then. How could you rape me? Take something of mine without permission. Take my personal shit without permission. Then tell me that I'm wrong because you think you have the privilege and authority to take my stuff. That's how I felt then. I had to calm down, do a woosah me, call the man out. He came graciously on my platform and spoke to me. I want to stop right there. He did not need him to write a breakup letter. So it sounds like the man, when he severed his relationships over there, he did a breakup letter. Hold up. I'm looking for the other instance. When he went over here fucking with Monica. So I was upset because I was like, why is this man talking on something, a construct I'm speaking on that he don't know nothing about? Sir, do you know about it now? Are you understanding what I was speaking on back then? Does it make sense now, that whole groupthink situation that I said then you was in, the one that you are excavating yourself from now? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Don't say intimate. That might cause some confusion. Use passionate. No, no, no. I'm going to use intimate, just what it was, because at the time you were telling me I was like arguing with this dude over my shiz. And I'm saying, no, I'm really not. I'm talking about a matter of respect and a matter of being disrespected when somebody takes something from you and uses it without your permission. And then you're just supposed to rock with it. And I did. I let it go. And I'm going to say this in its entirety, because now people have seen instances of this work itself out. I am a forward thinker. Everyone is not a forward thinker, and I'm not mad at you for not being a forward thinker. Let me explain to you what a forward thinker does. A forward thinker says, okay, listen, the man took my stuff. He stole my stuff and he used my stuff without my permission. Instantaneously, everyone said, flag his ass, flag him, flag on the play. And I said, whoa, whoop, can't do that. Why? I said, because the copyright don't belong to me. I said, if I copyright him, he'll get a chance to respond and he'll counter back. And then I'll have to be doing the proving on content that belongs to YouTube. Nobody understood me. Everybody came out the woodwork. Oh, I do it all the time. Motherfucker used my stuff. I flagged him. I do it all the time. I done it. I found. Blah, blah, blah. I let it go, right? It wasn't until a couple of months ago when, and I'm using people's names right now, and I got street names for them. So I'm going to use, I'm going to see how I play this out. I'm going to use people's names around here as they're known in this neck of the woods. And if you don't know your name, you might find out today what your name is over here, right? And I don't really care right now about the people that act like they can't follow along because you ain't say somebody's YouTube government. All right. Anywho, until this summer, when the situation arose with some content that was played over there by Psycho, her content was remixed or replayed over there by these spoiled meat people from the meat packing district, was played over there. She copyrighted them. She put in a copyright on them. And then they countered and waited the whole 14 days out, because she would have had to produce, this would have been Psycho, she would have had to produce to YouTube that she owned the copyright to that, which meant that she would have needed to file some more legal documents. So they waited. And they played out the worst nightmare ever here, because it just proved my point when I was forward thinking that those would be the steps. And then you would be left holding the bag with a checkmate if you didn't checkmate the person. So I said, you know what, let me just see how it played itself out. And I watched that in its entirety. I already knew what the response was going to be, or what I anticipated the response to be. Why? Because she found herself in the same situation with Karen, and Karen handled her business and filed her counter. This is before before this happened to the meat gang over there from the packing district, what do you think happened? Same scenario. She couldn't prove that the content belonged to her. She didn't have the copyright. She didn't have that. That's what's wrong with these platforms not being fully invested in your platform, not having all the provisions to protect your platform. Okay, so that's why I never countered him using my stuff. But I've always felt a certain kind of way because he did it in the way that he did it. And as a woman to Negro, I approached him in the most professional way and said, you did not have my permission to use my stuff. And in addition, I would like you not to use my stuff. And he asserted his right to fair use, and he was going to do whatever he wanted to do. So from there on, I've only been cordial where I needed to be cordial. And I've called upon his talents of being an unofficial hood therapist when I thought it was prevalent to point out the hypocrisy in the activity around town. You know, the activities that were going around in the cemetery. Now, one would say, that's giving somebody a status around here to say maybe you might be more reasonable than others. Maybe. But today that didn't prove too much. So I asked the question, why was I mentioned? Why did Joy mention me this morning? Why did Joy's boyfriend mention me this morning? In every context of me being mentioned, it had something to do with when he was fucking with people. So I asked, what does it mean by folk standards, fucking with people? Define fucking with people. Because it can mean A, harassing or bullying somebody, fucking with them. Or it could mean B, engaging. Could be a street term, engagement. He went over there and fucked with Monica. He went over there and engaged with Monica on her platform, knowing that he comes from over here. Which fucking with me was it? Was he harassing me and bullying me and stealing my content? Or was he engaging with me and that was a problem? Just asking. It was a simple question. I thought I would get an answer. But instead, I got an antiquated message. And Joy, just so you know, I didn't respond to you earlier, right? It wasn't because I didn't respond to you earlier because I was at work. I saw the comment come in. I saw your response, and I said I'll address it in the evening time when I got back. Got distracted. Somebody sent me a text message. Shout out to Alethea. I'm not in one of those moods today, but I'm doing fine. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're well in your world. So let's go. I know she posted this also on her wall, but because people brought it to my attention. But she said, thank you for the timestamp. Because I decided, I just timestamp it because I had a specific question. And what was the question? Let me go to my wall so I can see my original question, because I think it's crazy that I asked 2 questions and I never got a response to the first question. Why was I mentioned? I guess I got a whole series of questions with that. Did y'all send that man for me? Did y'all encourage him to come over here and fuck with me? Did you discourage him from coming over here and fucking with me? Was he truly fascinated by a topic called groupthink? Curious. Hold on. Monica Mo Justice. Some days I just really can't. I really can't over here. Had another bitch up in my comments recently too. Crackhead bitch. Why are you writing me? I'm looking for something, so I'm multitasking. So I'm going to talk about the crackhead bitch while I look for something else, right? And then I'll come back to what I was doing. But I just want to, get the best out of my time. Why is a crackhead bitch writing me? And why are you over in my comments? If I am insignificant, why are you here? Why are you there? Why are you in my comments? We shouldn't be doing this. At least you shouldn't be doing this. I'm good. Oh, this is very interesting today. I hate all of these damn updates. Whenever they update stuff, they just make my life go miserable. All right, let us go to your channel. Let's hit my channel. Let us go to my community wall. Let us go to this question right here. Why was I mentioned? And who docks the unofficial hood therapist? And I got a response. Here was the response that I received. Oh man, I went to the other thing. Thank you for the timestamp. It wasn't you. It was a sub that's a content creator that put his government name in your chat. Okay. Why you just didn't put an address on that? Simple. Why you just didn't put an address on that? Who is this mysterious person that was a sub, that's a content creator? So this lets me know that you're in tune with what's going on over here. That you can give me the past tense on his status as being was a sub. That's a content creator that put his government name in your chat. Okay, I don't remember the unofficial hood therapist government name. It was not important to me, but that might remind me why I had the video not in the public space. Because unlike when the Robin Sinners put my address in your chat, Joy, I didn't leave the address in your chat. So I didn't leave this man's government to be out there in the open space. This is the same man that I was pleading to take my content off of his channel. After he took, good evening, Rose Gold. After he took the liberty to take my face, and if you look at the thumbnail from tonight, where he took my face and tried to present to the world like he and I was in a discussion. Yeah, I can see you, or I just saw you when I came back to this screen. So I was shocked by that. The day he came on your panel. Now, Joy, I know you're graduating from college. But you got to be more descriptive and concise in your writings. All these he's, has, and all this other stuff, absolutely difficult to ascertain. Absolutely difficult to understand what the hell you're talking about. And this is not being nasty towards you. I'm just saying it is hard to follow along in this stuff because it's got all of this stuff. We grown. You could have said, hey, John Frank dropped his name up in your chat. When he was on the panel, when the urban hood therapist was up on your shit. I could have got that much better. I could have understood that much better than all of this hidden context right here. It could just made it much simpler. Really simple. Folks have relationships. The one thing that is bound to happen in relationships is a dispute. Disputes are bound to come up. Family members will have a dispute. Friends will have a dispute. We are not built to all think the same way and have the same emotions all the time. If you have people around you that are tranquiloquist? You know, those people puppets, right? If you got people around you all the time that think like you, sleep like you, talk like you need to expand your horizon, because that's not healthy. You need to have good, healthy, adversarial conversation around you. It provokes thought. And where thought enters, discernment comes in, and independent think survives. Yeah, that word, girl. You know, ventriloquist. Thank you. Please and thank you. Okay, but that's what happens when you have people that you can have meaningful dialogue with. Not chit chat, not inconsequential conversation. Does this sound familiar to you, cousin? This is not no new shit. This is true shit. I've been talking the same shit since I was down with you shit. It ain't never changed. Never. Only thing changed was the relationship because you, my lady, violated it. You fucked up woman code by dick swings. And I can't compete with whatever a dick does for a bitch. I'm going to just tell you right like that. As a woman, I just can't compete. I can't compare, can't compete. See? Dick, mo, no, can't compete there. But that's where you went wrong a year ago. And I told you that a year ago, and I left it like that. And I let y'all play y'all games. I let a nigga grow on me. Oh yeah, I said that. Your man rose to his fame on my back. And he could sit up here and boast and brag about it. They call that kind of sexual drive something. Okay? But we all know that's what it is. I seen it happen. I watched it. I procured it. And when I say I watched it, I watched the numbers. I knew then what was happening. And it came to this word beef. So the same way I'm asking a question today about what does it mean to fuck with somebody? Does it mean a person bullied that person? Or does it mean that a person engaged with that person? I'm going to say the same thing about this beef shit. So let me tell you what I heard. Word on the curb. You want to hear what I heard? So this is what I heard on the curb. Oh, they be throwing steaks all over the place because they're a gang. I will dissect the word gang in another component of this. I'm going to work on a steak situation here. Because they be beefing with people. They the beef gang. And they identify themselves by steaks. Are y'all a different season? Do you not know the background? Well, let us get to the background. They became a steak gang because I made a comment about watch how these people roll out. I told my cousin to be careful. She didn't know what she was getting herself into at that time from my perspective on what I knew about her and what I knew about Huggy and what I did not know about the new man. And all I said to her was to be careful. Because today a man will buy you a steak. And that person was Huggy, because I got to be very specific around here, right? I said, he will buy you a dinner with your broke ass man. And I'm only repeating what I said then. If you feel a certain kind of way about it today because I'm repeating what I said then you don't know the difference between keeping the story, just presenting the facts away from the emotion. Now, I think you're a very rational person when you want to dissect other people and how people do shit. So let us just work this out together, my nigga. Okay, so I just said, if a man pays for your man's dinner and your dinner, that might turn into a problem when a discrepancy or a fight or what we talk about right now, a disagreement comes along. That's all I said. That was a simple opinion based on what I've seen happen in the past or what was in legal terms foreseeable as a consequence of what was going down. It wasn't disparaging anybody's character. It was my opinion on a person's behavior. Now, what I will say is that the person is entitled to not agree with me or to be disgruntled because that's my opinion. I can't say that they shouldn't be. That's my opinion. I just stand on my opinion. But the question is, how did I make that opinion? Anyway, and how did a person come to that opinion? That was not beef. But the conversation was around steaks, and they were making a big episode over steaks over there because steaks, they was at a steakhouse, and I made commentary that Outback to me is not a steakhouse. Now, Longhorn, that's a steakhouse. Again, my opinion of what I felt, what I believe. So are we telling folks that we're not allowed to have our own opinions on here? Sounds pretty innocent to me. Sounds just like what it is, but it is what it is. I'm not saying that you had to like it, but that's the way I felt about it. And I stand on that to this day. That's just the way things are for me, or that's just the way I saw things. So the origin of being a steak gang had to do with that. And I remember coming back out here and say, we had a whole nother steak episode up in the cemetery. For the people that really been in the cemetery, we know what steak we was talking. People were talking about that 20-ounce steak that fucking Faith ate all to herself. So we had our own steaky thing going on around here when they was dropping steaks in the chat. But of course, if two intersections collide and they don't have the background on the other intersection and they don't plan on really going into the background, you might not know the origins of some of the conversations that are around here. So now when I hear people reference to me and they say, oh, they in steak gang because they like to beef with people and stuff, I said, that's a good analogy. I would think that too if I didn't know better. Okay? So to hear one of their people, and this might be a terminology that might surprise some, defect from the gang. And this is not just any person. This urban guy, who I will just dub as the unofficial hood therapist, he wasn't just any member of that team. Remember our good friend Myron? Shout out to Myron Maxwell, wherever you are. Hope you're still sober. Remember this dude? Myron wanted to get in on the steak gang. This is what I heard with my own two ears. Hi, you can't join over here. Your application has to go through me. That's what the unofficial hood therapist told Myron. Your application has to come through me. Oh, really? Yes, that's what's happening. Oh, really? What does that make you? A decision maker in that steak gang? And a gang is when two or more people gathered with the same common thread. What would be that thread today? As mentioned by the defector, bullying, cyber bullying. He came out and accused the people that he ran with of cyberbullying. Yo, what the hell? And I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So it was okay to cyberbully last month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. They you just seeing it now as cyberbullying. You didn't see it as cyberbullying before. Or did you have a goal? So we all been here. We've been here since season 1. Anybody could have called this. Oh, it's the 700 drop thing. What is the 700 drop thing, Monica? It's when you need to get the 300 over the threshold, and there's a big controversy coming over, and it's like running the Indy 500, but instead you're running the Indy 300. You need less than 300 to go. Oh, what was that song that Ricky made? Now 999 and one more to go. So what does a person do? Hey, Karen, what does a person do when they got one more to go? Or they're trying to get to 1,000? They sever their relationship. This fool presents himself and says, somebody came to me and told me to orchestrate a fake beef to get over the finish line. What does the guilty person do? They come to you and they disclose their plot. Straight up. So that you formulate an opinion like, hey, that's not what's really going on. Because he said he wouldn't do that. So that's not what's going on. Question, who out of that group contacted you to make a fake beef? So now you come out here and not only do you call your fellow gang members co-conspirators, bullies, but now you call them fabricators, liars. So they bulliers and they're liars. Man, I would have struck a live up too. Like, how much insult can you give your own people? And you a therapist. See, this is why I said on that first, I was like, sir, where you going to school at? Where you getting this therapeutic license from? How's it working out for you? Because this is crazy. This is insanity at its most. And as a people, we need to protect our sanity. You need to protect your peace. And when you protect your peace, it's when you're sane. Sane people protect their peace because they like being at peace. People that have all kinds of instabilities, they can't protect their peace because they are raveled up. Come on, dude. What are you doing? So what is the regular person supposed to believe at this juncture? I'd rather roll solo. Than have to experience that kind of disrespect. That was mad disrespectful. Words cannot express. I was listening and I was like, yo, this shit right here is bizarre. There is nothing insane about getting monetized. You got to do what... Yes, there is. Yes, there is something insane about getting monetized because, one, You will never see a check until you make $100. And on this type of content, it's a penny on a lifetime. It's pennies on pennies on pennies. And they don't, like 100 pennies would give you $1. It's worth nothing, but you got to get to, you can't hear it from people that are there that tell you ain't shit here. You got to get there for yourself to figure out ain't shit there. But the road to it is crucial. So I ain't mad at you. Even though other people have found other avenues to cash in, right? So they might get to the $100 by doing the memberships and getting the people to pay the memberships. And, when that makes $100, then you can get a payout from it. At the end of the day, there's nothing that I've experienced on this YouTube that was worth the pennies to be so frustrated. It was just not worth it. But again, I can't tell him that. He'll have to experience that for himself when he gets there. And he's on the road to that because the rest of us can predict it. By putting his fellow team in Front Street like that, and you know what's going to end up happening? They'll become friends again. After he gets to 1,000. It was hard for him to climb the regular way. That is correct, Mo. Pennies on pennies. Although they tell you get thousands. I don't know. Some people got thousands of pennies. I don't know what it is, but I could just tell you what I've experienced. But most people don't tell you that. It's like what do you call that thing? It's not a Ponzi scheme. People always throw that out first. It's like a multi-level, it's like one of those kind of selling things where you have to bring somebody in, like a pyramid, in order to collect. You understand? Maybe like a susu, but always the last person in ends up getting shortchanged at the end of the day. It's something to that effect. I mean, there's a way to win this, but you can't win it on. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and everybody knows this part of the story. You can't win it on this type of content. Folks around here are talking about true opinionated stuff when they do talk about it. And that stuff gets, in their words, demonetized. The stuff that most of the people in this cemetery discuss are things that would get you demonetized. You're equivalent right now to Kanye West and his thoughts on a religious group. That's the same outcome. No one wants to pay for your thoughts, and that no one is advertisers. The advertisement. That's what this all boils down to. And I find it hard to really understand people that are looking at this as, this is my job. The YouTube is my job under this type of content. I'm not talking about the YouTubers like I've been watching recently that go on cruises and they got 1,000 people in the room when they're on a cruise. Watch them give an update on what's going on and stuff like that. You have to be creative. Your craft is what will get you paid. If you don't get paid, well, you don't have a craft. Your craft cannot be opinion at this point in time. And if it is opinion, then it is funded by the listener, the subscriber, by the other revenue streams, which is not the YouTube. The YouTube is the vessel, the platform that you're doing it on, right? But the way that these people are really collecting money here is by the super chats or the cash apps, or if they're selling merch. So when you see somebody doing those combination of things, that's how they're getting the money. So when they're sitting here arguing with people on the internet and you see an inconsequential number like 99 cents goes through, or you see people talking about, oh, thank you for hitting my Cash App, that's how they're making quick cash. If YouTube is your job, it should sustain your life. Otherwise, it's a hobby. I heard today somebody reference this as a job. I do this frequently on a daily basis. This is my job. My people relate to this as being my job. I come out here to do a job. And I just had to be like, holy shiz. That was of interest to me. But I can't say anything because Joy has been doing this YouTube shit in her family for a second. Hot second more. You understand? She had that. She understands that revenue. That's why she works this so well in terms of navigating the conflict. Begging for dumb content is insane. But hey, by any means, I suppose. I don't begging for I want to characterize it like this, right? If it works, if that's the formula that works for somebody else, then that's a good formula for that person. But listen, I come from the streets, right? The person on corner A over here sells, oh, stop it, Monica. The person over here is making money because he's offering deals and slinging his shit better than mine. And we over here and we ain't making money. We got to either cut the customer off before it gets over there or figure out a better way to sell my thing over here. So at the end of the day, they doing something, whatever they're doing it, and it's working. It's working for them. And I'm not going to dispute their formula. And I'm not even in a position right now where I want to tell them they're wrong for their thought on it. If it works for you, I love it. I trade time for money at work. That is true. But you don't trade time at work at the rate of a penny every 200 minutes. I've come off of this live and I have seen the thing say you have made 2 cents. Been up here like 5 hours, made 2 cents. If I made 2 cents at work for 5 hours worth of work, I'd be a dumbass. That's why I don't do this. People ask me, Monica, why you ain't put up your membership? I really wanted to. I met with people and I asked them, what should I do? How should I do this? What would you be willing to participate? I had people honestly tell me, people that rock with me from day one, I wouldn't contribute shit. Yes. And I was disappointed to hear that, but I got it. Like, yeah, That's how people felt. And I heard people say, whatever you put up there, that's something that I would do. But I had to come back and look at myself and say, what level of influence, especially here where we had influencers once upon a crime, I had to say to myself, what was I personally willing to give up that I hadn't already given up? So like for me, I was already purchasing the audio book, taking the time to set up for a group to discuss or hear the audio book. So it got to a point for me that I just realized we said we would go look at movies. That didn't work. Like nothing was really going to work because the only person that had the commitment for my success is going to be me. It's not contingent on anybody else. And this is the conversation I was having the other day on Nicola's platform with another gentleman, and Rose Gold was there. And I was just basically saying success is contingent on what you're willing to do for it. What you're willing to learn for it. Like I learned this platform. I know how to do certain things. I'm proud of me for this component of it or how this goes down. I understand that. I ain't mad at myself about that. But you got to own your success. No one else is going to want your success more than you. Or no one else should. Now, I'm not saying that people won't rejoice in your success with you. If you've got real people that just honor thy neighbor. Hey, honey lot. So at the end of the day, I just take a step back and I say, why is Monica Mo Justice the catalyst for people to make it big? Why? Why did that man, or why 19 minutes, and this is a video that starts 14 minutes in, right? And then at the 19-minute mark, which is 5 minutes later, you're telling this man that he was fucking with people. And then you say it was kind of me that he was fucking with. Why am I being mentioned in y'all internal civil war? I don't got nothing to do with y'all over there. So why would I even come up in that conversation? Several times. I didn't roam from conflict to conflict to make it big. I didn't do that. There are some people that have been around me that are messy as fuck. Messy as fuck. Who thrive on this confusion. And let me just give y'all some segues into that. I have people that are around me that will prefer not to be honest. And I'm not mad at them. Good evening, light bearer. I am not mad at them. When I ask, and this is people trying to deflect conflict. So Joy, I want you to hear this for yourself and really process it. I've said, well, you've been over there. Did you hear when this woman talked about me? The woman being you, Joy. And I'll get, Mo, she ain't saying nothing. All she was saying was, yo, y'all even brought my cousin out to this. She done came and got herself wrapped all into this. I'm broken up. Now I don't know who's checking people's everything. But I know people are checking people's everything because people look in my chat right now and they looking for day oneers and they not seeing them, right? And then they go off with their narrative. Karen chased all the people away. No, the people left. They left because they wanted to be down with y'all. And they wanted to be freely in your shit without being told they were hypocrites. And I wasn't willing to call people hypocrites because they want to go here, there, and everywhere. But I was willing to say, I'm not going to be a party to a lot of this bullshit. It wasn't for me. All these relationships, they end up with people striking up lives talking shit about you. That's just the way this shit goes. You can help somebody. I had a conversation with Eric Brown the other day, and I asked Eric Brown directly. I said, hey, Eric, remember that time when Alethea was over there on P. Smith's panel? Why'd you go against me? And he said, I don't remember. You know why he don't remember? Because it wasn't real. Normally, when you get wrapped up in stuff and it really didn't make a difference to you one way or the other, you have a hard time remembering what it was that brought you to that point when it's really not critical. Right? I said, but you was over there. You remember that? He was like, no, I know I was over there, but I don't know. But guess what he does remember about this? And y'all can have a word with him if you want to. Ask him if this is the truth. But he remembers the fact that somebody else was supposed to take Alethea to the doctor. So I was like, so you remember the substitute take her to the doctor, but you don't remember why you was in with the group against me. He said, nope, can't even think about it. Which is not relative because that's water under the bridge. So it's not to have conflict. It was just to get an understanding. He said, I really don't remember. And I said, okay. And I have to leave it at that, right? So I got another woman I want to talk about. Her name is Nikki C. In the motherfucking place to be. She another commenter. Listen, go handle your business. Why are you in my comments? Why are you calling me? Okay, I asked the question. I said, why is this woman calling me? I asked several times. Now, people knew that she had, I don't know, some kind of medical incident or something. I don't really know what it was. You know why I don't know what it is? Because ain't nobody tell me her damn business. I've been on some panels or I've been in Elemental P's world. She's over there. I saw her on some videos. I never really got into it. I don't hang around to really find out about it. But at the end of the day, no one's really updated me, kept me in the loop, whatever. But I know that during that time, she reached out to me. And when I said she reached out to me, not one person said, oh, she had a medical condition. No, they didn't say anything. I ain't mad. I think it's pretty cool. Ain't nobody said nothing to me about her business. Okay. So now I'm like speaking and I'm like, this is what I hear. She didn't call you though. I said, okay, let me just go to my phone and get the little history. So I screenshot the history and I send it back to somebody else. And I said, here's the history of her calling me. And I said, for the first time in a long time, I've decided to block people from my phone. So with this, I blocked her. Simple. And I'm saying this publicly because she was in my comments. And I was like, what the hell is she commenting for? And she's like, listen, it wasn't so nasty. It wasn't harsh what she said. But she was just like, I didn't call you. I ain't been, but I, had something happen to me or something. I don't even remember what it was. But she just said she didn't call me. She didn't, oh, wait. Nope. I couldn't have called. But see, here's the thing. Man, that phone block is the motherfucker. All right, this is like the creme de la creme. Yeah, and I'm not blocking, and I always looked at blocking people as a weakness to me, because I could just be like, oh, fuck this, right? But if you're going to be saying you ain't called me, so let me just make this shit real. So I won't know that you ain't called me. Let me tell you something. I blocked some other people in here that I spoke to all the time, right? Fuck that. I don't want to talk to you. Blocked your ass. Blocked. That's the end of that shit. I ain't talking to you. End of it. Nope. I couldn't have called. Don't have your number anymore. Okay, your phone did. You butt dialed me. Here's the critical part. Here is the critical part. And if you ain't want everybody to notice, you shouldn't have posted this on one of my videos, right? Because then nobody know. Just you posting this for public consumption. I'm just censoring it because this is not what I want my public to consume in any other format than what I'm doing. So nope, I couldn't have called. I don't have your number anymore. I was in the hospital at that time. Okay, so boom. At what time? Oh, when I sent over the screenshot of the phone calls, you can look at the date that it happened, and guess what you could say? Wow. On those dates, I was where? In the hospital. So I'm going to take that as a fact. But here comes the next critical sentence. I did remember you in my visions. I remembered you helping people. That's a sentimental moment. That Mo don't got no more. Nikki C and the K were talking about me. I'm only giving it to y'all raw. Nikki C and the K were talking about me negatively. And the K came back and said, hey, Nikki had, I said, whoop, 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 whoop. Stop right there, Nikki. If Nikki has something negative to say about me, guess what? I can ask her and she will tell me. You hear that, Nikki? You hear what I'm saying? I said, Nikki, what you had to say about me? She gave me some shit. Whatever it was. It's not relevant. I went to Nikki C. I said, hey, Nikki, I just got off the phone with Nikki and she said that you had some shit to say about me. What did she say? I said to her, I can ask you directly what you had to say. So she didn't tell you? No, I didn't want to hear what she said you had to say about me negative. I'm coming to the motherfucking horse. What's up? What is it? I can't get no fucking realer than that when it comes down to fucking with bitches. I can't. I don't know how much real as a woman you can be to another woman to say, no, I'll go check her and see what she had to say to me. She gonna tell me. I had that much fucking confidence in the relationship that I said she will tell me what she said. No, didn't happen. Didn't happen. She getting all flustered. Nikkei is wrong for that. No, fuck Nikkei being wrong for that. What did you have to say? Say it to me. Fuck telling Nikkei. Tell Monica. I'm your friend. And it was at that moment I realized these relationships here are like sand. That hurt. Where do I go? My separate way. There's nothing that can be salvaged from that. If you can't remember what you told her about me minutes, hours ago. But you knew what you said. You just didn't want to repeat it to me, but it was worthy enough to have a conversation with her about. That's the friend I am. That's the way I'm made. I don't know. Maybe it's that Leoism inside. Like, Leos love hard. So I don't want to think like, and then I have to just be like, oh shit. But that was nice. She ended with, you help people. I'm glad that in her dreams, she had a good memory of me. And I want to keep it like that. That's how I want to keep it like that. So whatever it was that was negative enough that she told Nikkei, that she could never repeat to me, that she couldn't remember what it was, it's about up there with me speaking to Eric Brown and him saying, I don't remember what it was. And that's it. Is that coming across? Is that coming across? That like, I'm just going to be honest, right? I don't know how to love folks any other way than how I would want to be loved. So that would mean, like, if you ain't like something about me, you gonna tell me about it. I'm gonna expect to hear that from you first. I'm not expecting to hear it from anybody else. And that's why I never took the information from Nikkei. Even when she couldn't remember what she said, I still didn't try to solicit back to Nikkei, because remember, Nikkei has some stuff to be dealing with herself. What did she say? That's a fucked up situation. It's not a public situation, but it was a fucked up situation, and I just wanted to go my own way at that point. Okay? But that wasn't the only thing, Miss Nikki C. No. In the midst of all of that, like, I feel that way about it. I just let it go, right? Here comes Nicola running around having a beef with this woman named Beach. Now you know Beach. She comes through here every now and again. I run into her in a platform Sir Drop. And Nicola says to me, Monica, I did something, blah, 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 blah. Could you check this out for me? Here's this woman over there talking shit, blah, blah, blah. The woman being Beach. I said, certainly I will. So I rolled up in the chat. Pull up in the chat. Chat it up. Sit down at the keyboard. All ready to go. And the woman says, let me tell you, Nicola, about what Nikki had to say about you, her so-called cousin. And I'm like, this is hot. So I'm like, yeah, hot, hot, hot. So I was like, okay. So I sit down at the table. I'm all keyed up on the keyboard, clickety, clickety, listening. And Nicola is like, I'm out. I was like, what? Don't go nowhere, Nicola. Right in the chat. And then this Beach lady, she's like, whoop. Is that the Monica Mo Justice that's supposed to whip my ass? That's supposed to... I was like, what? Drop me the link. Like, I'm not keyboard thugging. I'm slugging on the chat. On the link. The dude drops the link. I go up there. I was like, hey, could you give me some context around how I'm going to kick your ass? Blah, blah, blah. We have a conversation. To this date, I don't know, maybe it's 2 years later, I've only spoken to Beach on the platform when she comes in my room or I go in her room. Never had no personal off the cuff conversation, never called her on the phone, never. Everything's been on this YouTube platform. That's it. That's everything. And that was astonishing to me. So even if, Nikki, I was going to backpedal on the strength of a relationship, saying that Nikkei was on that same level as you was in my relationship with the women around here. And I'm going to say this, I really can't, I really can't I really can't compare the relationships in terms of they were just they good relationships to me. They were just good bonds for me at the time. And you know, true, I'm gonna be as real as I could be real around here. Out of the women relationships, Whit G, my motherfucking girl. Shout out to Whit wherever she is. Day zero. She's like -0, -1, -5 Fahrenheit. That's my motherfucking whatever. Okay, from wherever, right? My motherfucking Whit. Shout out to Whit. But these relationships, Nikkei, Nikki C, and that goddamn Joy were like glue. Very, like, can't get no deeper. Nicola, and then there was my special one with Alethea, right? Oh man, I could think of some more from season 1, but I'll just stop right there, right? Just right there in its tracks, right there, right? But like, so I'm not expecting certain things to happen. I'm not expecting. It's not what I anticipated. So just sometimes you just have to let some stuff. You just have to let some people go. Why did I say all of this? Because today I witnessed a man strike up a video against people he was rolling with hard. And it just put me in a state of what's going on with these relationships around here. These ones people make on the YouTube. Like what is it? What is it about? What is it about? What would make a person be down with people and then publicly sever a relationship like that? And it's like, it's just so weird. Weird. And then this urban unofficial hood therapist decided he was going to quote the Bible. Man, I can't make this up. He decided he was going to quote the Bible about money and greed. And I was like, here go my teaching Bible. Y'all should all get yourselves one. I had to when people was up here messing up scriptures. Hold on a second. So let me just find some of mine right inside the teaching Bible, because I want to make sure I come back and visit some of these again. But I think the book he was looking at when he went there was First Timothy. But I could be wrong. Hold on a second, because I was doing some soul searching. I hope this has been easy for people to follow along. And I hate no one. It's just that women shit should stay with women. And the men should stay out of women's shit, just like the women should stay out of men's shit. I'm just saying. Ooh. Damn, what book of the Bible only has two pages? Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna go to First Timothy, and we're gonna go to 6:10. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. That's just a fight, the good fight. Oh, yep, this the one he went to. Let me get my light on the scene. I don't know why they make these things so tiny. Anyway, well, I'm just getting old. Okay. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. And by craving it, some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Sir, this, when you're doing this teaching Bible thing, this is what you were right. You were right in this one essence. You decided to talk about moral compass. The therapist decides to talk about now having a moral compass that he was going to stand on. And as he uttered those words and said, let me go to the biblical, he hit on First Timothy, which is everything he's not been representing. And I was like, yo, no, we isn't gonna do that today. No, we is not gonna bring the creator into this. But He did. He went there and he justified it as a moral, yeah, a moral compass. Greed, money. This is what he related to. And I was like, let me just give it to y'all one more time. So when you go back and you listen to him try to come up with his money being the root of all evil and all this other stuff. No, sir. No, sir. 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 For the love of money. It's for the love of it. Are you now telling the people on here that you are in love with the money, that you would dump your friends, your YouTube friends, for the love of money? The same sense that I just talked about, that you're not privy to at this moment, because you haven't crossed over to there, but your desire is to get there, and you would enter that path by any means necessary. And you have been on that path by every means necessary, which led to my thumbnail. Has always been my thumbnail for you in this essence. Here we go with this damn mouse thing. Oh, maybe that's it. Mouse be acting funny. Thumbnail thing. All right. I just want to make sure I get it right. I don't like to be wrong. Homie said, I said, all day long they distort my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. That's Psalms 56:5. However, where's this thing on here? When I initially saw the carnage he was doing to me, I was over here, made myself a little thumbnail. Where's Canva? Here it is. When I was first making this thumbnail, I had another quote that's on here. Crazy. I gotta blow this up. And this is from Matthew 25:41. Matthew 25:41. This is all I thought about you, sir, when this stuff was going down. Depart from me. This is my first interaction with you. Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his demons. Take another look at that. Take another look at that image. And we'll take a look at what was said then when he came on my platform. I'm going to take a look at that, because that shit was serious. So did someone send you to me, sir? Because I smite the demons. Did someone send you my way? Today, I almost heard that somebody sent you my way. Joy, did you send him to fuck with me? Or did he come on his own out of greed? Or should we say for the love of money? I'm asking for the people in the cheap seats. If you know. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to find the video. Oh, I know what that one is. I'm looking for the video. I should have looked at my notes when I came home to see, but I didn't have time for that. Wait a second. I remember Glib. I think it's this one. Has to be. Steak and diamonds. Ooh, that's interesting. I wonder what that was about. Oh, wait a minute. This one says, which one y'all think it is? Intellectual property. Pop up. Superimpose. No, I think it's this one. Now, I'm going to need help to see if we could hear it, but let me just. Oh, God.
It's not like no like.
All right, that's not. I was on some shit. Oh, yep. Oop, this is it. Oh, girl, you was fucking powerful around here. All right.
The YouTube space.
Now hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, look at us. We just having fun over here. Okay. Me and my good friend Glib, we up here having fun. Can y'all see this? Okay, that's not what's important. Is can y'all hear it? Oh, hold on a second. I gotta do some mastery around here. Hold on a second.
I don't know what kind of party you.
Hold on, I gotta capture that sound. Hold on a second. Mm, create a new. Is that a window? No, that's a. Okay, which window is that? That one. Okay. capture all audio except the selected window if the window exists. Oh, fuck that. We're just gonna do this. Okay, let us see. Ah, oh, damn. I'm gonna have to hold up. I have to do something differently. Okay, let us play.
But if I flew both of y'all together, it's gonna be a party.
It would have been a party. Oh my God. Right now they're like, ah, oh, damn, I'm all late. I'm tardy to the party. I'm gonna have to do that again. All right, let me try it again. I told you. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this, and actually, let's see how we gonna do this. Testing the mic. Oh, that's gonna be really interesting. There are lesbians.
Listen, I'm trolling. Listen, I'm on 100% troll. I'm on 100% this weekend. 100% trolling. I don't normally even talk to you niggas. To this weekend, I'm gonna talk to y'all this weekend.
Yes, sir, you're on the screen. I like our energy when we're together.
I'm gonna talk to y'all. Anybody who thought they wanted to have a conversation with me, please mention me. You can talk. I will talk back. I'm 100% trolling this weekend. I ain't got nothing better to do. I got picking my daughter from homecoming. So other than that, we trolling. What's up? Let's go. Trolling. You want to play the rest of the video?
Let's play the rest. Let's see what else these people were capable of doing or not doing. And check this out. If we do go to do that thing, you know I got my other channel.
Listen, hey, listen. Furious Fly is ready. Like I'm ready. I'm ready to bring the cartoon out. Like the cartoon makes them really mad. Like that nigga over there. That nigga over there gets mad when the cartoon show up. She be like, that nigga be like, God damn, the fucking cartoon. You in that cartoon?
Oh, wait a second. We can't finish the video because now we have a guest.
Oh no, not a guest. Oh yeah. Wait, can I guess the guest? Is it John Frank?
Yeah, you could guess the guest.
Is it John Frank?
No, it's not. Well, we won't know.
Oh no.
I just let the guest in.
Oh Jesus Christ.
How you don't know who the guest is? You don't remember this video?
My piece, we did.
Okay. Well, let me welcome the official urban therapist.
There it is.
Hello, everybody. Give me a few seconds. Let me adjust my audio. Okay.
Please take your time. Nice to have you.
John Frank said, I don't have Zoom. Yo, listen, hey, Mo. I'm sorry. I mean, Mo. Listen, this is an absolutely a way. Like maybe this isn't probably the best way to like move beyond the stress that I'm feeling right now. To just be like, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not the most effective way. I probably could do, maybe I could have written something. I probably could have like hung out with some, you know what I'm saying?
More
but I just find that when I'm doing this, I don't have any worries about any of the other stuff that I'm dealing with. So I'll be like, 30 minutes of just wilding out like this or just being silly or whatever. This is really just silly to me. So, and then after that, I just go back to dealing with the real stuff I gotta deal with. So there's that. Oh shit, there it is.
That's what it is.
What's up, KK? John Frank says self-destruction mode. There's no self-destruction mode. This is YouTube. I've done way worse stuff on YouTube. I promise.
We're gonna keep it YouTube over here.
I've done way worse stuff on YouTube. Talking about self-destruction mode. No.
Self-destruction mode.
This isn't self-destruction. This is not gonna impact me at all. This is all good.
All right, let me go get my notebook.
Oh, okay.
And while you're doing that, Monica, I appreciate you inviting me onto your platform tonight. Gibbs, I'm sorry. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. My channel is Glib Talk. My name is Adrian. Nice to meet you.
Adrian. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice.
So whose script was this? So is this fucking with me? Just checking. I just need to know. Is this an instance of fucking with me? Did someone send him over here? What was the big problem with this? Hey, Clarendon, what was the big problem? But you LMNOP with me.
Where you from?
Well, I invited you because
Texas.
Texas. Oh shit.
You said Texas?
There's not a lot of good stuff going on in Texas. There's not a lot of good stuff going on in Texas right now. That's not one of my favorite states.
Yeah, that is true, bro. By the way, it's not a lot of good stuff going in the NY too. I got a lot of stuff going on up there too.
Well, this is just a Yankee fan. I live in Maryland, but I like the color blue. So.
Okay. Well, what part of Maryland you live in?
I live right in between DC and Baltimore, like exactly in between the two. So about the same, about 30 minutes from either place.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I got family that lives in Maryland as well.
Yeah.
I got family in Texas.
Oh, really? Well, what part?
Waco. I got
Waco. Yeah, Waco is about almost an hour away from me.
Oh, good to know if I gotta come look you up.
Yeah, so you might need some help. They wilding in Texas. I was gonna do a video on Texas this week, right? Because I was doing some stuff on critical race theory, and I was doing some research on it. I didn't actually do the video. I was just doing research, and I found this. I guess these school boards in Texas who were willing to kill each other to get critical race theory out of the schools, of which they don't teach it. So I was like,
that is true.
But they were so frustrated, they were mad, and they were pissed off because they were like, but we were told that it's here. We were told that they're teaching it. And they were like, well, they were not. So now they're like, well, we're angry. So we're gonna probably kill someone if someone doesn't get something out of a school, because even though we don't know what critical race theory is, we know that it has to do with race, and the things we don't like have to do with race. So get those things out of the school. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or if you've even like, but that was a frustration for me, because I was talking to a friend and I said, you can't let stupid people guide you, right? And these stupid people don't know what critical race theory is. So how can you support their belief in something of which they don't know what it is? And now we're going to fight and argue to stop something that doesn't exist because they believe it does. It's stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I honestly do not know what critical race theory is, what it entails, anything like that. But what it reminds me of back in the day when everyone was trying to fight against sex education into the school system as well. That's what it reminds me of, where it was a huge pushback against that because they felt like the children wasn't ready to learn about that different thing, that they had to be a certain adult age.
Hey, does it sound like it changed, Glyph? I don't even know what day this was. Back then, he was talking about this damn sex in the schools. Wait a second, I gotta look at something because I just need to see when this video was made. Oh yes, sir. You do talk too much on that one. I will say that's probably how I was feeling. But hold on, let me see if I could find. This video is from. Damn, what's the date on this? Oh, wow. It was November 6th, 2021. So imagine a person not hanging out with folks and not getting to 1,000 a year later. Ooh, kind of serious. All right, I wanted to check the date on that. Let's go back to what he said.
To learn it. So it reminds me that maybe they have that same perspective, thinking that the church is not ready to accept the type of critical race theory that they're trying to present. But I believe that our church these days, they're way more advanced in intelligence, so they can understand that particular perspective and let them formulate their opinion about it.
Right. I mean, see, the thing is that critical race theory is very specific about what they're talking about. Like critical race theory, like critical race theory would address the fact that Black children in elementary schools are suspended more than white children. The laws are the same, the rules are the same. So why are Black children suspended more? Critical race theory would address that bias and say, maybe it's because teachers punish Black children more because they have prejudice against them, or they believe that the Black kids are violent, but maybe they can relate to the white kid more and they say he was just having a bad day. That's what critical race theory addresses. Laws that are created the same, but are implemented differently amongst the races. It's not being taught. But when they tell you that critical race theory has to do with equality and equity, then white people say, or not white people, the conservatives are trying to say, well, this thing that has to do with race makes it seem that my child who's white should be treated differently because they're white versus a child who's Black being treated differently because they're Black. And that's not what critical race theory is at all. But they're told that and they fight against it. And now that in Texas, it's against the law to teach it, but nothing has changed with the curriculum. And they say, well, why didn't anything change? Well, they were told that critical race theory was things that is not, and they don't understand what it is. They can't explain it, and now they're mad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, I want to fast forward to how we got here.
Hey,
if you don't mind. And
then go ahead. I apologize. I know we started talking about critical race theory.
My bad, Mo.
Well, you know I'm gonna let speak. We do have another guest on the platform. Karen KK is up here. So, sir,
can I say hi to Karen? Hi, Karen.
Hey, what's going on, Glenn? How you feeling? Thanks, Mo, for letting me up.
I'm good. Hey,
thanks
Karen.
For coming up.
Big fan. Big fan, Karen. Big fan.
Yes, sir. And thank you to the therapist for coming up. That was nice of you because I didn't think you'd make it. So thank you for you. Now y'all go ahead and I'm gonna chime in when I get a chance.
Ms.
Okay.
Carol, I appreciate you coming up as well there, and
I
welcome.
I agree. It didn't make sense to him. I agree. To use my content without any for we do have another guest on the platform. Karen KK is up here. So, sir,
Can I say hi to
I
Karen?
don't.
Okay. Hi, Karen.
Hey, what's
I'm,
going on, Good? How you feeling? Thanks, Mo,
I'm,
for
I'm,
letting me up.
I'm good. Hey,
Thanks
Karen.
for
I'm a
coming up.
big fan.
Oh,
Big fan, Karen. Big fan.
Yes, sir. And thank you to the therapist for coming up. That was nice of you because I didn't think you'd make it. So thank you for you. Now y'all go ahead and I'm gonna chime in when I get a chance.
Ms.
okay.
Carol, I appreciate you coming up as well there, and welcome.
Yeah, I'm a little upset with you because one, I don't know you. Two, you use my content without any forewarning, any reason. So I'm just trying to get an idea of who you are, why you did that, why am I on your thumbnail as if you and I engaged together. Like I just got a zillion questions about what you did yesterday and trying to get a better idea of why.
Okay. Well, first of all, I understand your concern. I understand that it put you into a space where not only you was disappointed, but you was personally upset because here it is, a person that you don't even know at all, a person who's affiliated with people who you have a disagreement with to start up or a live video about you. And I get that and I understand that. But also at the same time and stuff, since we are on the YouTube space, I use that as an opportunity to reach out and just talk about the particular topic that you was talking about on your one particular show that day. So that's why I did it the way I did it. That's why I designed it the way I did.
Since
For
when were
that
you in the,
purpose.
sorry about this, but
This is why he designed it the way he did. Sir, this is called bullying. This is you bullying me.
since when were you in the bushes? When did you become a observer?
I've been observing Monica's show for almost a month and a half now. Ever since I first learned about it, I've been observing her show since then because I just want to get a different perspective just to see where she's coming from with her content.
Does it matter?
Well, to me personally, yes, it does, because I just want to understand her
Do you want to
perspective
grow your
where she comes from.
platform? Do you want to grow your platform?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we are here for.
So
So Karen asked him specifically a year ago, a year and 10 days ago. So 375 days ago, she asked him if he was here trying to grow his platform. What was his intentions?
why you didn't
Content
just be
creators.
straight? So why you didn't be straightforward and say, because I was looking for an opportunity to build my platform? Why you didn't say that?
Well, the answer to the question is that at the end of the day, we all here, we're all content creators, and this is what we do. We create content, so
And we
normally we
lie.
could no,
And we lie? Because you said you're an official therapist. That's what you said.
yeah. The only way I'll be able to respond to you if you allow me to respond back, if you don't mind.
Well, what
If
I'm
not,
saying
then
is you're lying because you say you are an official urban therapist, but you are not, right?
Well, let's do one thing at a time, Karen. You start off, sir, with you've been watching me for a month and a half. So your curiosity came on the growth of the other man's channel. What did you want to get to know me about, or what were you trying to find out?
Well, there been certain information that been going back and forth that I've been observing that been happening. And how I am personally is that I don't like to be quote unquote one-sided with a situation. I like to observe and I like to get an understanding from both perspectives. That way I can formulate my own personal conclusion or my own personal truth. And this is what will led me to go ahead and start looking at your content and viewing your content just to gain an understanding.
Okay, so what understanding did you gather about me?
Not just about you, but as with the Black community period within the YouTube sector. My understanding that I'm getting right now is that we all are divided for whatever reason. I'm still trying to fully grasp that, where we all are using each other contents to not give positive influence towards each other or to uplift each other, but at the end of the day, we are doing it to attack each other or to put each other down just for the sake just to get views and likes and out of different other stuff too. That's why I observe. So this is the reason why I wanted to go ahead and address your particular video on that particular day, because you was talking about, I'm sorry, you was talking about the one group and stuff, right? And I had studied that within my studies in my class, and I wanted to address that because that's to be honest with you, that's the behavior that I have been honestly observing. And this from not only just you, Monica, but from everyone, particularly Black people in YouTube.
Okay. So you're looking at this, and this is what I gathered. You're looking at this from a clinical point, but I broke that down from a personal experience point, not based on any clinical data, just based on my own observations in the community that it has a cult-like behavior as a whole. And it's offensive to tell people that they are a member of a cult because of the way they are behaving. So groupthink is a more professional twist on it to exactly what's happening to the collective. They're thinking as a group. They're afraid to move outside of the group. If the group is doing, in order to belong, you need to stay within the confines of what the group has. In addition to that, notice I'm defining this group think, and I'm saying you have to stay within the group and do what is in the confines of the group. And if you don't, you'll find yourself in the situation he finds himself in now 375 days later from this conversation. There is a group leader in most of the different groups, because there could be several groups that are inside a cluster, but they all have their own group leader. And anybody that is an independent thinker stands outside of the group, based on my observations. And I came up with that terminology on my own, not knowing there's any clinical names for this stuff or any of that stuff, just talking about if you have a group has a leader, and then there are people that are independent. So they might be considered rebels or what have you. But so did you understand before you evaluated my video that one, I had spoken on this topic numerous times and I was expanding on various other conversations around it, and two, that it was based on my own experience and not that on a clinical level?
The first question, no, I wasn't aware of that you've been talking about this particular thing, which is groupthink. By me observing other videos that you have put out, you have been talking about other different type of behaviors that be going on in the YouTube sector. The second answer to the question is, yeah.
Yep, you knew I wasn't talking about it on a. Yo, he had to take a drink. Did y'all see? Like he had to take a drink with that one. Clinical level.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that you was talking about it on the clinical. I knew that you was talking about it based on your personal experience or your personal observation.
So
And
did
so,
you?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you juxtapose your clinical stance against my novice or layman knowledge of the topic?
To be truthful about it, yes, I did, and the reason why is because it wasn't to prove that I'm more better than you in the topic or more superior to you. The honest truth about it is
Fundamental issue I have. How can a man compare himself to a woman? I would think you would make a comparison based on liked information or something that's from a similar background. Like he can compare himself to Money Boy Trey, but he should not compare himself to Monica Mo Justice. You know, I do have a theory around here. I always say when man disrespects me, I have to treat him like a bitch. Because I don't know how to fight men, but I know how to fight some bitches. I just saying.
is that this is what correct the conversation that corrects the dialogue. Here's a person who's giving her personal experience about it versus a person who's giving a professional experience about the topic, and we both share it together, we converse, and we either want to agree to it or we disagree or agree to disagree about it.
Notice he talking about we both converse. But fool, you didn't have a conversation with me. You went and made a video. You went and bullied me on your shit. Because you thought you was superior to me. Ugh.
And that's what makes the one dialogue or the conversation.
Right, but you do realize you didn't give me an opportunity to dialogue on it. I'm an independent channel here. I spoke on a topic that was impacting me personally. You took it to look at it from a clinical view, right, without speaking to the subject. Is that how clinicians work? They look at the subject, speak on it, and then try to engage it afterwards, like.
Well, there's a part of a study that's known as research and method, and also there's part of study that's known as data and statistic. Whenever a clinician do any type of findings, they necessarily don't have to engage the subject unless they need to engage the subject. Which in this particular case, this is what we're doing right now. But to do an initial finding of a particular topic, now they don't necessarily have to engage the subject.
Are you doing any other research on me?
No.
So it all what you're looking into at this point all has to do with groupthink, because I thought I heard you say there were other behaviors.
Yeah, that's correct. I did say that there was other behaviors that I observed, but in this particular conversation that we having, yes, I decided to make a video because she was talking about groupthink, and I found it interesting, and I wanted to chime in and comment about it, show you my particular perspective about it. But by the way, did you watch the full video in this entirety?
Now this is weird. He wanted to share with me his thoughts on a topic. Normally when man wants to share his thoughts with a woman, he would address that woman to let her know that he had something to share with her, not go behind her back, make a whole video against her. That's called bullying. That's and you're doing it in the internet. So that's called cyberbullying. And this is the behavior that he wants to prevent his children from engaging in when they get to the internet. But him already did it well, long before then.
Already?
No, because at the end of the day, I'm spelled, the mention would have got me at Monica Mo. You have an MOE Justice, and Mo Justice.
Yeah.
Mo.
Yeah, I apologize for misspelling your name. I didn't mean to put you in that particular space, but
the misspelling of my name was a passive aggressive approach to engage with me, but not engage with me. Typical bullying behavior.
I do encourage you to, if it's possible, and
last but not least, see this conversation? It's not a situation where I attacked him and he was responding to me. This is a situation where he initiated the assault, and I am trying to ascertain his motives or his intentions after the fact. All the things that people who bully people do. And especially men that bully women.
if you can have an open mind, I encourage you and also your viewers as well to watch the video in its full entirety.
So most of my viewers gave you a view, because then you go from I know I'm going to be respectful. You had a significant viewers uptake on that video. Would we not say that? Or
I wouldn't.
You had over 100.
That particular night, I was looking at the analytics. The most viewers that I personally observed was, I think, about 28, if I'm not mistaken, while I was doing my actual live. But I think the viewer count went up after the live was over with.
Okay, I thought you had a good number of people.
So I was going to ask, how did it turn out on Facebook when you shared it out?
You're talking about the actual viewer count on Facebook? That's what you're.
Oh, I missed this. So he took my video and shared it on his Facebook to people I don't know in his world. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. This is making much more sense to me.
Basically, I'm saying, how did the video turn out when you shared it on Facebook?
You got to break it down, because I'm not understanding your question.
You're on Facebook.
Okay, so this is where the whole conversation turns to an element of the doxing shit, because he took this and put it on his Facebook. And I need to look at my analytics of this video and see if it says that, oh no, it's not my video. I forgot. It's his video that he shared on Facebook, which stole my video in essence. Okay, yeah, it makes sense now.
Facebook, right? The video that you did, how did it turn out on Facebook for you?
As far as what, positive, negative, where you're talking about?
Do you have a big following?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Talking about the analytics.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, on my actual Facebook page, I currently have a little over 6,000 people subscribe to my Facebook channel. Just like I stated in my live, I was originally.
Imagine having 6,000 people on Facebook and having not having 6,000 people on YouTube? You couldn't get the people from Facebook to come to YouTube?
On Facebook until I transfer over to YouTube as well. But for us, the actual video itself, for us, the analytics show, and I probably had no more than probably like about 10 or 15 people who actually was viewing the video
Okay,
at
that's
that
pretty
time.
cool. So how come you didn't do a breakdown, a clinician breakdown of the fuck JF, John Frank, your friends don't even like you? How come you didn't do that one?
Because first of all,
You already got that following?
no, it
Okay.
has nothing to do with the following now.
Okay.
But yeah, first of all, that particular video, it was with whatever they had going on and stuff. Okay, and also I kind of see where you're kind of going with this too, Karen, as well. So I'm gonna address this as well too. Now, I also if you were to go to my YouTube channel, I actually did a video where I'm addressing a particular topic that's similar to this, and the video is giving accountability to why Black people decide to do diss videos on each other. And in that video, you'll see that I'm addressing everyone as a whole. I'm not singling out nobody. I'm talking about everyone as a whole who participate in this particular behavior. Later on, after that, there was another one show, a panel where Moneyboy Trade did invite me up, and they wanted me to share my perspective about it. And I told them the same exact thing, that at the end of the day, I'm observing this type of behavior that's going on, and I'm trying to figure out what would be the solution to it.
Starting with Monica, though?
Hey, over there in Joy's world, this dude said he told y'all from the beginning that he was studying y'all. He wasn't down with your gang. He was only studying y'all. Guess what? He did y'all like he did me. Do you hear this? This what he said. Maybe sometimes, right, you have to pull yourself back to really hear somebody's intent. But he told y'all what he was doing.
Huh?
Starting with Monica? You didn't start with your own circle that's around you?
Yeah, on that video, I did address that. Yeah, if you want to check the video out, I did address that.
What's the name of that video?
Hold up. I forgot. Let me pull it up real quick, y'all.
So
how long ago was that video?
It was about about a month ago. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta go on my page real quick.
Do you realize I don't know those people over there beyond Joy?
To be honest with you, I wasn't aware of that, and to be honest, whether you know them or not, I really don't care. To be honest,
well, of course you really don't care, because at the end of the day, what I'm hearing you say is that I watched you became aware of me based on their hate campaign, right? So you wanted to get to know the person that's on the opposite side of their hate, with the assumption that I was going back and forth with that group of people.
Yeah, that's correct.
These are all your observations.
Yeah, that's correct. And the name of the video is called "The Upward Trend of Diss Lives" by Black people.
The who?
The Upward Trend of Diss Lives by Black people. Then also, once again, I do encourage y'all to go back and watch the video that I did with you as well in its entirety.
So somebody you don't know makes a video of your shit. And then they encourage you to go watch their shit to get to know them better. Bullies. Watch Who I Am. This on some other level shit. All right. So I don't authorize the use of my content for this purpose. I'm not doing this for clinical findings. You know, I thought at first you might have been cahoots with some people and you doing something, I don't know. But at this point, I'm not willing to be part of no experiment. I'm already on the YouTube in this social climate that I don't want to be in, but because the algorithm is based on the people that subscribe to you, I can't selectively get out of it without picking up and becoming something else. I'm not inclined like he is doing currently. He's picking up and taking his old name, the unofficial hood therapist, and reinventing himself into something else because in this current format that you see here did not work well for him or was involved in an activity that now he wants to detach himself from. So he generates a new identity to engage in a different behavior or what he believes to be a different behavior to get him over the marker without being accountable for what he did. So at this juncture, all I could really say to him is he owes me a super apology. And he should, as he's cleaning up the shit he's trying to get out of and, you know, make this moral compass road to redemption, he should start with taking accountability for the bullshit he engaged in before this. To build any more platforms on my back or on my story other than my own. That's why my content is for me, about me, over here on me, right? I try to cover what you have classified as disputes from the perspective of its impact on me and how I either embrace the hate, encourage it, or move away from it. So I don't see where my position as it stands right now, I don't see where we have a mutual project. I'm not here concerned with the upward trends of the Black peoples. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I hate to say it. I'm not here trying to redirect inappropriate behavior only if it's geared at me and if it's around me and my children, or in this case, maybe my supporters, not to encourage the behavior that I don't like around me. But to have engaged me for a month and a half and me not even know who you are, and then for you to take my intellectual property and just utilize it as you see fit to meet your personal needs without as much as a whimper to me that I'm going to do it. And the misspelling of the name is a missed opportunity to engage me directly. You use my image on your thumbnail. You understand? In a way that would convey that you and I as we are right now, we're kind of like having a conversation with one another at that time, which we didn't have. And then you superimpose your image on top of my content with your commentary, with your screens to try to convey in an intimidating way that you had the right, because of some 107 or whatever, to utilize my content as you see fit. And it clearly says without her consent. So a lot of things you did, sir, was intentionally, or leads me to believe you intentionally didn't want to engage with me until after the fact. Perhaps you were expecting me to be confrontational and not professional because of the environment that we're here on, or what you may have seen from others as they depict who I am. But I'm about my business, and I don't like the way you went about sharing my business. So I don't get it. I'm not pleased with it. And I'm going to ask you to please remove it. Perhaps at a later date, when I get to become more familiar with your project, with the things that you're engaged in, I may feel differently about it. But right now, I feel violated.
I was going to say this to you, sir. If you've been watching Monica for a little over a month, she takes notes. She don't play anyone's videos to prove a point. She referenced their videos. If you've been watching her for a month and a half, like you say, how come you didn't think to do that instead of using her video for your video?
Of course, doing the same technique that she's doing, taking notes, and then convey my message that way without sharing the content. Is that what you're asking?
I'm asking you, how come you didn't just listen to her video on your own time, take notes, and then come back to reflect? How come you did not do that if you've been watching her for over a month?
That's actually what I did.
No, you played her video, sir.
You played my video.
No, you said that. Why didn't
Sir, let me
go
say
back
the
and
question
reflect?
again, sir, so we won't have a misunderstanding. What I asked you was, if you've been watching her for over a month, like you said, right? I said, how come on your own time, whoever gave you the video to dissect, did you not watch that? Why did you not watch that by yourself, take notes of what you wanted to, encounter on or whatever, and then bring it to the forefront instead of playing her video just to prove a point? Because you at that moment bootlegged her video. That's what I'm asking you.
Well, to answer your question, Karen, no one didn't give me her video. It was out there on the public platform, which is YouTube. I took the time and opportunity to actually view the video in its entirety, and I took the opportunity to reflect different things that she was talking about. There was one particular topic that she was talking about in general that I want to expound on. So I took notes about it, and then I presented it on my personal platform while using a video as a reference point.
Yeah.
But you understand, I don't want my video used as your reference point. I'm sure with the information and your clinical background, you can make the same points without utilizing my image and utilizing me specifically to make that point. At the bottom of your streaming, right, of my video, it also says I have a personal goal to get to 1,000 by the end of this year, right? So you plan to promote yourself through my content to get to 1,000?
No, that is not the intentions at all. I didn't utilize your content to personally try to reach a goal of 1,000 or try to, as some people would convey, to try to steal your audience or anything like that. The whole purpose of me using your content is because I seen a particular topic that you was talking about. It interests me. Took notes about it, and I used the video as a reference point.
Are you going to have a problem with her asking you to remove the video, sir?
No, I don't have a problem with it, but am I going to remove it? No, I'm not.
And it was at that moment that you knew that this was definitely intentional, and this was what bullies do when they steal from you. This is like somebody snatching your chain and running down the block, and you throw a rock at them and hit them at the back of the neck, and they trip. And you say, hand over my chain. And the person says, no. And they carry it into their bosom. That's what this is. This is when someone has stolen something from you and they think they have a right to keep what is yours. Bullying. Body snatchers. This is the prime example of this same bullshit. That today he has a moral compass about that he wants to change the direction that he went in. You begin by making amends to the people you damaged along the way. Just saying.
Okay.
Okay. So I will
Fair
do
enough.
a formal challenge through the YouTube process. And it's unfortunate that I have to do that. But I've given you all the reasons of how you've infringed on my rights. You've used my image to formulate your thumbnail without my consent, right? You named your video clearly not engaging me to seek consent because you have the Mo with the E in it. And we all know that had you did a at Monica Mo Justice, right? I would have been notified or received the mention that you mentioned me. Then I might have popped in if I was up to see what that was about. Last but not least, the content is mine and I don't want it used. So I want to be very clear. I have not made a video on a clinical fact basis that is equivalent to your educational standards. Therefore, there's no compatibility in your usage of it. It's based on my layman's experience of what is going on in my day-to-day activities on a social platform that I don't consent to you utilizing in that way.
And that I respect your opinion about that. I really do. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we know that this is YouTube, and also we also know that within the YouTube sector, where we are authorized to defer usage as well, that we can use anyone on videos without consent. But the parameters of that is that we could use the video for either research purposes or for criticism or anything like that. Now, if the video contains me personally harassing you or attacking you, then yeah, not violating the deferred usage. But
Sir,
that's why I'm encouraging. That's why I'm encouraging you to.
Karen.
Okay.
Let him have it, and then I'm gonna answer him on that. Because on this video, sir, you came up here and you said you engaged me based on people, based on disagreements, people that I've had disagreements with in the past month and a half. So when you say it's not intended to be harassment, you met me or became familiar with me from a group that was harassing me. They've played my videos over there, and I have said that's a very important point, from a group that was harassing me, because he goes on when he joins in this meat gang that he appointed himself a member in chief in, right? He goes in that knowing that they were at odds with me. So when did I become at odds with him? He joined in something that was against me. If you join something that's against something, then you are saying you too are against it. AKA, you are part of a gangster who was bullying people or who was in disputes with, in this particular case, me, according to their definition of being in a dispute with. And you willingly joined that. You willingly participated in harassing folks. And that's why every time I hear them, and I hear them speak and say, oh, we only was responding to people. What was this guy doing? If I'm here on November 6th, 2021 saying, I don't know who you are. So who are you? I could not have been harassing him. Said nothing to them about all of the videos they played over there because their goal was to get to 1,000 on my back. You clearly, sir, in your video have set out the same pathway as far as I can see based on what is evident. So what I'm seeing here now is a pattern of behavior. One dude gets to 1,000 by having all of my videos over in his area, doing the things that he was doing with it. That piqued your curiosity that you could rape me the same way. And then now tell me that you can rape me because the YouTube has a policy that would allow you to freely do it as long as it's research. How many Black women have people raped to get what their value is for themselves? You're no different than they. You're an opportunist at best. The appropriate terminology for this, trafficking, would be the most relevant word for what he's doing then and what he is projecting to do now. Same type of behavior, engaging in the same type of activity, nothing's changed. This trafficking of another person is not acceptable. It falls under the category of cyberbullying. From my perspective today. So I'm respectfully asking you to remove the video, remove my imagery from out of your video. You can keep your video, but anything that reflects of me, you should remove. So I don't want to see my image on your stuff. You go right ahead, do what you do. Figure that out. I'm giving you an opportunity to voluntarily do it because I will pursue it by every means necessary. So if your goal is not to be offensive, I would think that you would understand the request. You are within your rights to reject it, but understand I'm going to be persistent on
it. Okay, and once again, I respect your opinion. I do. And that's
my right. Can you respect my rights, not my opinion? These are my rights.
Yeah. I respect your opinion for what you're saying, and that's to clarify. That's to clarify, Monica.
Okay.
But once again, that's why I encourage you and also your audience to go back and review the content in its fullest. But if you refuse to review the content in the fullest, then I can't force you to do that. I mean, that's all I can say about that.
Sir, we refuse to watch something we've already watched over here, over there. And your following on Facebook can't be legitimate. No one, in my words, fucks with you.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
Cool.
There's no way you got a 6,000 of a following on Facebook, but only 1 like or no likes at all.
Poor Karen. No one fucked with him, but somebody sent him over here to fuck with me. And that was evident today. So somebody was fucking with somebody along the way.
You don't have any
that's a,
credibility, sir. Let me finish. You don't have any
go ahead.
credibility, but you are seeking credibility. Is that correct?
Long as we in the social media space, is that
Okay. Have
not
you been
what we all
flagged on
doing?
YouTube yet, sir?
Have I?
Have you been flagged yet
About what?
on YouTube, sir?
About
You know
what?
where they take your channel for 90 days? Have you been flagged yet?
No.
Okay. Well, you'll see how it feels in the not too near future. Yeah, I'll go ahead with
Okay.
that because.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, you
I
know what? My
appreciate your
bad.
opinion.
Hold on, sir.
That. I
One more
appreciate that.
thing. One more thing. That's it for real this time. What made you put a picture of her on your thumbnail if she was not there? Because when we see things like that in our minds, that basically, because since she wasn't there, that's a clickbait. You do know that, right? You seem like you
Absolutely,
study
I
in
know
the
that.
clinical
That's
YouTube
true.
community guidelines. So how about if you're not going to take the video down at the moment, how about you change the thumbnail out of respect?
Well, the reason why I'm not going to change the
Okay,
thumbnail
don't
out of
need. Hey,
respect
you ain't even got
is
to finish,
because
sir. Sir, you don't have to finish,
it's
sir.
because
Sir, you do not have to finish, sir. That's all I need to hear. Go ahead, Mo. Do your thing.
all right, but anyway, the reason why I'm not going to change the thumbnail because in reality, we're honestly are having the conversation. It may not happen at the time that I did the video, but we're actually having a conversation right now, which.
So imagine a thief telling you, okay, I stole your shit. I'm not going to return your shit to you. And yes, you know I got your shit because I've had the conversation with you now to let you know I'm the thief. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable.
Make the one thumbnail valid. Do y'all not agree?
No, it does not make it valid. This is basically a demand conversation where I'm demanding you remove my content off of your platform altogether. And I honestly, I think it's the most respectful conversation that you can have after the fact with the person trying to get an understanding. Because I tried to understand why you used it. I just think I've been very reasonable, and you've been very non-cooperative. But
No, I actually been pretty unreasonable as well. It does that I just don't agree with your statement about taking my content down. That's the only thing. Other than that, I believe that we've been having an interesting conversation.
Sir, what do you think will happen to that same video, right? If you were in a monetized environment, your channel yourself, right? Because my channel is monetized. You're taking my monetized material and using it on your platform. How many ways do you think YouTube wants to pay for that one intellectual property?
Very fair question when it comes down to the monetization aspect.
You think they want to pay me to run it and pay you to run it? Or do you think they only want to pay the original creator to run it?
Well, through my understanding with how the way YouTube works and the algorithm works, whenever any type of
algorithm,
content,
we're talking about payments now. We're not talking about the algorithm.
Yeah, but how the way the YouTube algorithm works, especially with monetization, is that anytime a content creator end up playing another content creator video, the algorithm will automatically deem that video as copyrighted, meaning that you won't be able to be monetized for that video at all. And that being different contents that I have used, and automatically I see the message say copyright, meaning that I won't be monetized for that particular content.
But they also have given you consent to keep it on your platform, their intellectual property. They've given you permission to keep it there, but they would just collect the money from it. You do understand that that's the reason. When you have a copyright infringement claim against you, right? part of that claim is, in fact, it's a copyright claim, right? I don't want this person getting paid for my material, but I will let them run my material in their environment, but they can't get paid for it. So you do see that they have the ability to, one, allow you to get paid for it, and two, allow you to continue to produce, to utilize it. They can also say, well, wait a second, I want to get monetized off of that, or I don't care if I get monetized off of the material he's using over there, but I don't want him to use it. And they have a right in their claim to prevent you or prohibit you from utilizing it.
Part of that is true, but however, it's not the point of not using the video, period. It's the point of being monetized for not using the particular content that you want to decide to use, and that's the point that I'm making to use that. The YouTube algorithm, it automatically picks that up, where any type of content that any type of creator use, it could be a video, it could be music, it could be anything, any type of content that doesn't originally belong to that particular creator is going to automatically flag it as on copyright, and you won't be able to get monetized for it. But however, you still be able to keep the one content on there due to fair use.
Okay, sir. So you're using my video. Did you get that copyright thing that you said that the algorithm automatically picks up?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I haven't looked at my analysts on YouTube because I'll be busy today, but I can check it out and see.
Yeah, no one wants your content though.
Oh, that's cool. I appreciate you.
No. I'm being honest with you, bro. I'm looking at your stats and I'm like, dog, 20 views, 15 views. I'm like, dog, but you get a video of Monica Mo Justice, right? And you get 300 views and you think you're winning. How could, if this young lady, listen, hold on,
I don't think
let me finish, because people like you help me lose my thought. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Now, Monica just asked you, right? From woman to man, could you remove the content? It's only 300 views. I got something better for you. You hear me? If you can remove that, I'll put you on. You hear me? I'll make it happen for you. I give you 5 videos, maybe even 10 to dissect for me. And I will email them to you, sir.
And I appreciate your response, and I appreciate you offering me that, but my answer is still no. I would not remove that content.
Hey.
Okay. What other
we'll see you in 90 days, unless we go to Facebook.
Karen. If he doesn't have any copyrights as of right now, right? He doesn't have any violations. It's just a warning, right? There's no real consequence.
That is correct, by the way.
Yeah, it's just a warning, right? Okay, moving on. What other content in this behavioral stuff that you discuss? Now, let me leave it like that. Because what I'm trying to figure out right now, I don't even want to play with you. It's getting late. What other content of mine would you plagiarize like this, so that I know not to do that type of content? And I'm being very honest, because I don't want you using my content. As what I'm seeing right now, you're lackluster to be a cooperative team player around here, right? It has me baffled. So I am not inclined to become your content.
It has me baffled because he's a bully.
And if I am, I feel as if it would definitely continue to go along the campaign of harassment that I've engaged in from the first group of people. I would just see you as an extension of that. So to avoid that for me, I'm asking you, what are the other things I got around here that you would have been interested in, that so I don't do it? Because I'm not interested in building you, sir, when you're not interested in respecting me?
Gotcha. And once again, I appreciate your perspective about that. Now, other content that you have put out on what I'm interested in the answer to that question is it's not a lot of, to be honest with you, it's not a lot of other content that you have put out that I was interested in outside for this particular thing because you mentioned about the one group thing and it fascinated me. So that's why I wanted to expound on it and use your video as a reference point.
So a clinical person wants to.
He was fascinated by it because he was in a situation where he was participating in groupthink. And a year later, 375 days later, he's in a situation where he's getting out of the groupthink and he's having a problem defecting from it. So maybe this was maybe he was reevaluating himself then, but it took him 375 days later before he can act. Imagine being trapped somewhere for 375 days and not being able to get out. And you've done the research that tells you you're in a bad place. You're doing bad things. That is just crazy to me.
To use a lay person point of view as their reference point.
Yeah, that's correct.
I thought references were, I don't know. When I reference and I cite things, it's of more authoritative authenticity. Like it is what is important. I never reference stuff that is not critical. Like the stuff that is not founded, I just wouldn't substantiate it. Like it's weird, but maybe that's the difference between your non-profession and my profession. And why I'm saying non-profession is because it's my understanding that you are a future psychologist or whatever in this area.
That's correct. You're correct about that.
So so is this for your PhD, MD? Like what is this?
It's for me so I could attain my degree, so I could go on further, do my studies, and also
This is a regular bachelor's degree.
It's for me to attain my degree to further my own.
How come he never knew what degree he was supposed to get? That's why now he's the house, the house of Urban. Because this stuff right here was off the chain. It's surreal at this point and at this juncture. I asked if it was for a PhD. He said this was to obtain his degree. I said, is it for a bachelor's? Like, this is phenomenal.
My studies and also for me to utilize, the social media platforms to actually help our community as a whole.
Did he say he's a psychologist?
No.
Oh.
He's a future psychologist. Is to
future.
Am I
No.
right? Or are you anything that is degreed as of right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you associate? So you're not associate level degree or a bachelor level degree person doing this?
I'm just a person who's pursuing this degree so I could further my studies and also I could be able to utilize that to help our community as a whole.
Prime candidate for Joe Biden's tuition reimbursement or tuition forgiveness. This is an example of tuition forgiveness. This is why people are asking to be forgiven.
Mm.
Sir, are you high school graduate?
I am.
Okay.
The only way I'll be able to go to college is for me to have a high school diploma or a GED.
No, you can have a GED. So to be in college, is this first year, second, third, or fourth year? I'm trying to get an understanding of your level of professional degree.
Well, I put it this way. I'm at a junior level right now.
You at a what? Junior level.
Junior level.
What school you go to?
The college that I attend in Texas.
College what?
A college that I attend in Texas.
College.
So it's clear we ain't dox him. We don't know his college. We don't know his street address. He told me he was a mile, about an hour away from Waco. So I can do a radius around that. But this doesn't appear to be anybody that knows his personal business from my point of view of where we were at and where we were in the questioning of him or in the conversation with him.
College that he attends in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
I'm trying to get him a client. I'm trying to give you your first client.
Oh no, I appreciate the offer.
No,
but good.
He been around here for a month.
If you came over here to recruit Mo, you need a client, and I got you one. Actually, 3 of them.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Carol, but I'm good though. I appreciate it though.
Well, you stalking Monica then? How you just gonna find her and you don't want nobody else?
I never said that.
Well, you don't want no other clients. You don't want no other opportunity.
No, I'm saying I don't want what you're currently presenting. I never said I don't want any clients. Period.
I'm trying to get you a hands-on client and you don't want it. This is crazy. I ain't never heard nobody turn down an opportunity, but hey, go ahead.
Who's Skittles? I'm so late. All right. We all got to be about our business, but infringing on somebody's rights is not the same as their opinion. Rights are a little bit more profound than opinions.
Yeah,
while you're talking about the betterment of the Black community, right? That has to do with the rights of the Black community as a whole. Would we agree with that? That's correct.
I agree.
Okay. So it's not an opinion that you want to change or discuss whatever's going on in the Black community. You don't consider that an opinion. You consider that to be a right. But you want to use my content, which is my rights. It's my privilege, right? It's one of mine. And turn it around and tell me my shit is just an opinion.
Well, that's why
you're using it to formulate some stuff that would be your right, your privilege, your own personal property. It's like a violation. Like I can't understand why you cannot see the violation, but I also think that maybe your YouTube journey hasn't been that extensive and you're not familiar with the ins and outs of what happens around here. Is that fair to say?
Well, I can agree with you on that. That I haven't been around YouTube as often to understand a lot of things that are going on. To be honest with you, I wasn't aware of that there was a sector or community or any of these things until I actually became actively involved into one of the YouTube community. But however,
375 days later, he was like, I don't belong to no sector. I ain't claiming nothing. That's what he said 375 days later after he done got himself into some stuff. And now he's trying to get himself out of it.
What I have on that, Karen, what year was you established, sir?
Were y'all established YouTube?
Yeah.
I believe it was 2016, I think. But I always had a YouTube channel, but I never was active on it. I never was really active on it. I was more focused on my other social media platforms than YouTube.
You was established in 18, but your account was created in 12. Is that what you just said?
How did you get that number, Karen?
that don't matter. I do due diligence. You know, when people say they for the interview and stuff, I be like, well, let me make sure I'm prepared. But what I'm asking you is that
Troll whisperer.
you were created in 2012, but you came out with an account in 2018.
He said
That,
16.
yeah,
He thought
I
it
said
was about
16, Karen.
16.
Oh, interesting.
But how do you plan on overall your end game with helping the Black community? What resolve do you think you can reach?
The resolve that I'm looking for, Monica, is that I'm looking for all of us, particularly now in this YouTube space, that we all could pretty much. I know it sounds cliche, but for all of us to want to get along and work collectively together as a unit, as a
How
whole.
can we?
So he wanted to work together with people collectively, but he just told people, get away from me, get far, far away from me. I am not. He just detached himself 375 days later. I'm just saying.
Work collectively together, sir. When you are being asked not to rape somebody, but you say, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Because your terminology of rape doesn't necessarily have to do with this particular conversation. Rape is an actual physical act. It don't have nothing to
This
do
is
with
a physical act.
with
You
a
have
social media
stolen,
act.
you have stolen my content, put it on your channel, utilize it the way you see fit without my consent, and I'm saying no, even afterwards. That's all the stuff with rape is, taking something from a woman without her consent and utilizing it. And I'm saying, but you're saying my overreaching goal is to get a collaboration in the Black community.
That's
But
correct.
it begins with our action. And right
That's
now,
correct.
your action is saying, no, I don't want to collaborate with her. I just want to steal her shit.
That part right there, that's incorrect, because that's based on your personal perspective, which, like I say, I respect it, but at the same time, respectfully, for you asking me to remove your content, no, we're not.
What I'm saying to you, sir, it's going to be hard to find the change that you are seeking when it must begin with yourself.
I agree with that. That's true.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate. I appreciate. Is there any other questions? I will just say this in the chat. Before you can get to a doctrine, right, to work on a doctrine, you have to first either go through an associate's, a bachelor's. You have to go through those channels. He ain't there yet, right? He doesn't have it. So he can't be telling us that he's working on a project that leads him to a doctrine, or not at this level in his educational endeavors. Not to say that you can't, sir, but just to say that it's not within the reason for this project right now.
And also, I just want to say this to him, you know, you're actually false advertising your channel's name. Did you know that?
That is incorrect, Karen.
That is not incorrect. You're not an official urban therapist, sir. You don't have anything. What do you mean that's incorrect? Are you in denial?
No, I'm not in denial. I'm just not agreeing with what you're saying.
You're not in a. Oh, you didn't hear the words that came out of my mouth. Let me say it again.
I did. You don't have to repeat yourself, but I did.
Okay, so let me say it again.
I understand what you're saying too.
Okay.
But I just don't agree with it.
You said you're an official urban therapist, sir, and you're not nothing.
That's correct.
You can't even put nobody on.
I can.
The beauty about your video, though, that you have of Monica, it ain't gonna go past 400 views, and it ain't going past the cemetery.
Oh,
They're only watching it because they think it really bothers Monica, right? So
that could be a possibility.
Sir, you just got you a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, that's cool.
A one-hit wonder.
I think what I'm understanding from him, or maybe I could be wrong, so let me make sure I get a clear understanding. He don't got no more content of me that he wants to use.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm talking about a particular topic that interests me, then that's correct. Now, if we were to talk about some other topic that interests me,
that's what I asked you, sir.
So that there would be obligated. No more. If you have any other type of topic that I see that I feel that's interesting to me, and I feel obligated to use the material to convey a point, then absolutely I will.
But other than that, give him a client of the week.
Okay,
so you don't want them. He just wants you.
At this point, I'm asking you again, right? Because I don't want to be your content, sir. So I'm asking you, what are your areas of interest so I don't trigger your curiosity to use my shit? That's simple. You tell me what it is, I won't talk on it.
Sure. Okay.
So what are the areas that interest you so I won't even go over into those areas because I don't want to be on your platform. I don't want to be part of your platform. If I wanted to be part of your platform, I could have went over there and engaged you over there.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I don't want to be part of your conversations at all.
Well,
So how
just
can
like
I not do that? The way
well,
to not do that is to not pique your curiosity. What are the topics? So I won't pique your curiosity.
well, any on topic that anyone speak of that deals with sociology, psychology, or any of them type of topics, them normally are topics that pique my curiosity and that will allow me to expand upon it.
All right. Well, good luck with your endeavors.
And I appreciate y'all inviting me on to this interesting conversation.
For whom?
For all of us, to be honest.
It wasn't for no, sir. No, all I can say is I know I'm not like the people that you're probably accustomed to.
Jesus, that was a long one. I was over here saying, "Good night, sweetheart. It's time to go. Ooh. There's nothing here that you should know." Anyway, this is Momo. Today's broadcast was brought to you by the M and the O. Momo. Listen, at the end of the day, people should keep their issues within their collective and stop trying to bring other people into y'all conversation. I know there's a lot of history here, but this stuff really, too much stuff going on in the world. This stuff is not even about anything. It's not about anything valuable. And that's it. Stay motivated, 'cause I'm out.